Hello and welcome to another video. This is our Rings of Power series, and we are today with some information about a special featurette, a video, a 2-minute video, something like that Amazon released on their YouTube channel. And it is something of a behind the scenes coupled with an interview with some of the cast, and it is evidence once more that the main topic behind not only the Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power series of Amazon, but also pretty much every single piece of entertainment that we have had in the last years, whether it comes from Disney Plus or it comes from Amazon Prime in this case or any other, well, all of them have the same intention in mind, which is have equality of outcome, but never equality of opportunity. And this time we are saying this because of the quote-unquote agency that they have given the character of Galadriel, and that Morvid Clark, who is the actor that is playing the character in this bastardization of Tolkien's work, is having in this interview a lot to say about that. So, without any further ado, let's dive into what Clark had to say in this featurette. In that Amazon's featurette, Clark had the following to say.
Galadriel has been on a quest for over 1,000 years, scouring Middle-earth, searching for this elusive, undiscovered, very real evil.
Anyone that has read Tolkien knows that Galadriel's intention when traveling to Middle-earth was different from that of, let's say, Feanor's group. Feanor and his sons and all those people, all those Noldor, they wanted to fight Morgoth to get back the Silmarils, the jewels that Feanor created. In the case of Galadriel and others that felt compelled to go because of the bonds and the alliances that they had, well, many of them also felt that they didn't want to be under the Valar's rule, let's say, and wanted to have a dominion of their own. They wanted to have a land of their own or something like that. That is what inspired Galadriel to go to Middle-earth. She wanted to explore it, to know about it, and have a place of her own, which she eventually had in Lothlorien, even though it was not the first place where she settled down. Now, for anyone, that is at the core of the story of this character. She never went scouring the place for looking for this evil, and they make it out as if it is a Sauron, when in reality, at that moment in time, they didn't know much about Sauron. They maybe knew, thanks to the Valar, that some of the Maya had gone with Morgoth, and they were the Balrogs, of course, and also, in that case, Sauron. And that was just about it. The greatest evil was Morgoth, not Sauron. Now, that of course happened during the First Age, and this is supposed to take place in the Second Age. During that time, Galadriel was actually learning the lore from Melian, who was a Maya as well. And she learned, thanks to that, some skills that helped her also build Lothlorien as she had it in the Third Age. And thanks to the forging of the 3 rings, the 3 elven rings, she was also capable of keeping Lothlorien as it was. All this that they are talking about in this featurette is just giving women agency that they really don't have, that they are powerful as men, they are capable as men to fight in a war. That's why we have Tarmiriel commanding an army and being the Queen Regent or something like that. We've got Galadriel fighting to overcome this evil. We have Disa being the first dwarf of Kolo and all that. They are just giving agency to these characters and of course to these people as well. But it feels, of course, artificial, and it also feels undeserved, which is why I started with equality of outcome and not really equality of opportunity, which is what actually, because of the competition, provides lots of great ideas, Because in that, trying to get the opportunity that everyone else can have, because we are talking about equality of opportunity, you are trying to do your best work. In this case, these people are just hired because they fill in the quota, and as we said in previous videos, they make the check mark in the playbook and the checklist that they've got over there at Amazon Studios. That is what's behind this idea. And yeah, we can say these people don't know Tolkien, these people don't know the books, they didn't read them, and we could have endless videos denouncing that. But at the core of that is the fact that these people were not required to know the lore or to know the project, the work, before they were hired for this, because they were hired precisely to cover that checkpoint, that check mark there in the playbook that they've got there over at Amazon Studios. Clark also had the following to say in the featurette about this evil that she's looking for.
Ultimately, she knows this danger exists. This evil has to be stopped.
And how, pray tell, is it going to be stopped? Do you know how Galadriel tried to stop this evil in the books? She tried to create beautiful things. If you remember the description of Lothlorien, it is a beautiful evergreen forest in an evergreen area where the elves can live peacefully, and they can also continue with their work, whatever it is. And that is one of the ways in which Galadriel tried to stop this evil. Later on, she became part of the White Council, and with that also she partook in trying to drive this evil away. But it was all through her lore, through the knowledge that she got thanks to Million. And that is something quite important in Tolkien stories, that the evil that we have to face in most of our lives, it is not confronted with great acts of epic valor or so like that. It is with kind actions, with beauty, with beautiful things. And that's one of the messages that you are just destroying by making Galadriel this uber powerful warrior. The showrunners also know this, and they tried to give her an army of sorts, and this is what they had to say about that.
From the beginning, we knew she couldn't do this alone. Every good quest needs a fellowship.
There you have it, folks. So, of course, Galadriel is going to be the main character in this thing, and she's going to go against this evil. But she's also going to have a fellowship of her own. Instead of being the Fellowship of the Ring that we all know and love, it's going to be the Fellowship of Wrath, I suppose. The Fellowship of Women, the Fellowship of Feminism, the Fellowship of whatever you want to call it. Maybe diversity or intersectionalism or critical race theory, whatever you want to call it. But it's not going to be Tolkien at all. It's not going to be part of the lore. So they are knowledgeable, they are aware that they are giving this character more agency than they should, but at the same time they are trying to touch on the nostalgia nerves there, you know, and trying to tell you, I remember that there was a fellowship there in the movies that you so much loved. Well, there's going to be also a fellowship here, so enjoy it, you know, we're doing this for you. It's the usual playbook that also Marvel plays with. We give you enough member berries, you know, and references so that you feel compelled to follow and to watch. It's what they are trying to do with She-Hulk and the inclusion of Daredevil, for example. And apparently now Tolkien is not going to be a stranger to that, because Patrick McKay and J.D. Payne have made it their business to have that as well in this work. Make no mistake that whatever much they say about how they want this to be the telling of the Second Age, they can't really do that. First of all, because they don't have the right to that. The things that they have are just not enough. And they might be playing the Catholic playbook as well, you know. Oh, we don't have an 800-page novel to adapt or so like that, when in fact they do have that material, but they cannot just touch it. The situation with this is that we are seeing how the work that we all as Tolkien fans love is getting tampered with. And we don't like that. It doesn't sit well with us. That's why we've got Tolkien purists all the time, you know, because it's so important for many Tolkien fans to respect the law. Now, there are going to be changes, of course, because we are adapting to a different medium. But the situation that many have pointed out is that also the themes are getting destroyed, and as you can very well see with this transformation that they are going to give Galadriel as not only the main protagonist of the stories, but also with the character that she has in the books, well, they are also in a certain way destroying Tolkien's themes and very important topics and information that he wanted to not only tap into but convey to the reader, that of small acts of kindness, presenting beauty or doing beautiful things that will please God, for example, so that that can also keep evil at bay. Even if Nasani Boniadi in this featurette says, oh well, but we are going to respect Tolkien, we're going to respect what he stood for, and it's going to be his legacy there on the screen. I don't really reckon, because you are changing the characters, but you are also not getting interested in showing us those themes that he was so concerned about and so interested in. So we can only expect this to be a complete disaster. These videos, I make them only to help you make informed decisions, only that. But my idea, my purpose, what I feel I should do is not touch this. I don't want to watch it, and that's what I only invite anyone who cares about Tolkien to do, because we send a message loud and clear that we do not stand for something that is destroying that which we love so much. Of course, as I told you, and I have always told you, your decision in the end is only yours. But if these videos help you make more informed decisions, then I am more than happy to make them. But rest assured that I will not even touch this. Vote with your wallets if you really care about Tolkien's work. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.